well, a lot of you can.
Yeah,
So
my bad.
it is a book written by none other than Durindus the Mage. He wrote Thrindil goes, "Don't you know of Durindus? Durindus the Wizard, Durindus the Mage." Does anyone have knowledges?
Knowledge
I have
engineering?
knowledges.
I thought
No.
knowing of wizards was a bad thing.
I have knowledge arcana and knowledge history.
Both of those
Local.
are applicable.
Knowledge local, knowledge nature.
Don't you know of your heritage? Thrindil
I-
says disgustedly to Yang.
Actually,
Brutal.
actually, I do not. This is why I was staring at you earlier. You're the first one that I see with, and he points at his ears like mine. I was actually eager to learn more about it.
You do know that you're an elf, right?
Oh yes,
Half elf.
I am aware of this. I'm not a
What?
complete.
I understand.
I was informed.
I'll
of that.
tell you more of our people later. Okay, let's get to these.
Very
Gorgon
eager.
says, now, Thrindil, he might be half hobgoblin. Who knows? We also have pointed ears. I'm not sure you've done the thorough research required to come to that conclusion so soon.
I could check your
That is
genetics.
true. If he is half hobgoblin, that would be a strike in his favor.
I doubt it. I have never peed in front of somebody else.
You don't know what you're missing.
He just scorched you, hobgoblin.
Yeah, that was a slight. That was a-
Scorched.
Gorgon took it as a
Okay.
compliment. He's not very
So
social yet.
20 knowledge history, 14 knowledge arcana.
Okay. So, knowledge arcana, you know that Thrindil was
There it is.
actually. Thrindil. Was historically the quote unquote first wizard. He was the first one who took spells from their scroll form and wrote them out in a long form in a spell book and was able to cast them from day to day and expand his repertoire. From him, knowledge history, you know that the Order of Nine, which was the most prolific mage order in history, spawned from his knowledge and teachings. You also know that he made the most comprehensive record of the realms, which is what they call the planes, the inner and outer realm traveled there. And it would appear that this is one of those books.
That records his journey through the realms.
Right, correct.
But the book is magical in nature.
Right. Now,
Uh,
there's many legends surrounding Durindus. Like, basically, the person of the things that people claim that he, like the stories surrounding him, are so exceptional and probably, you know, taken out of context and expanded on that.
Right.
He's a person of legend. Like his
Right.
acts and the things that he has done are just, you know.
So, and from what Thrindil said, I can assume Durindus is a elf.
Correct. He is an elf.
And how long ago did Durindus make the Order of Nine and write the first spell book?
It actually wasn't him who made the order. It was wizards that followed after him. But this
I see.
happened thousands of years ago.
Okay.
Just to
So,
recap, he's like the grandfather of magic.
Yeah.
Yes,
Anna
more or
says. Anna says.
Like he
This
made
looks, this looks like one of Durindus's catalogs.
It is indeed, says Sir Thrindil. I'm just going to clarify a little bit more. So he was the first one to make the transition from a innate magic user to the studied magic user, and then successive generations after him sort of
He was the first wizard.
enhanced it, and they
because he
made the order of
spell books.
Right.
I like it.
Fascinating. How many things could we learn from reading it?
Les is actually reading it right now.
Can you read Draconic?
I walked away and drank my comprehend
Potion
languages.
comprehend languages.
Oh, okay.
So
and no one
you're
bothered to perception me.
reading.
Gorgon was reading. He doesn't care.
Fucking
Yeah,
Gorgon.
I don't care.
So
either.
you're reading. So you're reading through the book, and it talks about
don't
the
care.
age of transit.
Nobody cares.
It tells how to
so you're-
do what, Mental?
Sorry, say that again, Beard.
It tells how to do what? People just interrupted you.
It goes in length about the age of transition, a sort of time, a sort of prehistory time, when there was in or the realm that that you live in, and he discusses the emergence of the inner realm and his journey out into the outer realm, and how there was actual physical landmarks and a physical sort of path that he followed to get to the outer realm.
This is almost a map of sorts, a recollection of a pilgrimage.
But you're missing something important, Leslie. Why would a common farmer have a tome of such magnitude in his fireplace?
It's true. The information kept within these pages are of great power, and it would be extremely important to keep it secret. He thinks back to his own backstory.
The
He
sword.
thinks back to my backstory.
Rather
So
than
Anna,
The sword
His
that
own
was
history.
taken.
Flashback.
The sword that was taken from my people was also quite ancient and valuable. Perhaps there is an artifact smuggler on the loose. Perhaps he may be. Perhaps we are after the same person.
is
We need to
would
decode the
this be
letters.
considered contraband? Like, if someone was found with this would be considered contraband, probably. You could get arrested
Correct.
for this.
Yes,
And the marshal had it.
right.
But we left him the box.
In a box that was. Now you didn't explain. Now that those two, you haven't. I don't. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to.
The scraps of parchment are not. We can't read them. We can't translate them. They are not magical. But they were found in the same box with the book.
Does Carl's comprehend languages do anything when he looks at the documents?
That's a good question. I'll have to
I
know for
believe
how
you can
comprehend-
just read languages, like whatever
So-
language it is and what it says.
I'm
But just sort of as a guess, like if these pieces of paper were someone trying to understand Draconic, maybe he wouldn't be able to do it. If this is just someone's notes, right? If someone can't speak
Well,
Draconic,
I'll give you
they have
guys-
the
I
book.
feel that it's coded correspondence.
I think he's going to give us something, guys.
It is coded, so I'm not sure if comprehend languages would overcome code. or
What would
not.
you have
way
us
I-
roll to try to decipher the code?
It would be linguistics, because that would be decipher script.
You son of a bitch, I rolled a 22 linguistics.
All right. Well, I just hadn't got to it, I guess.
No, you're a son of a bitch.
From what
Be
you
nice.
understand, it appears to be correspondence between two people, obviously. It seems to be that they are talking about technical specifications at some point, as well as talking about magic as well.
Technical specifications of what? Like, is Bishop able to write them out and put them down for me?
I relayed that.
Bishop
what I
doesn't
know.
understand the information, but you can definitely relay it to Gorgon.
Yeah, I relay it to Gorgon.
Craft gadgeteering or knowledge engineering?
Let's do the knowledge engineering.
Gadgeteering is not a word.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. It
Damn.
looks like the technical information is specifications on how to improve a weaving machine.
A weaving machine?
What the fuck?
Well, where have we
That
seen
takes you
that
back
in
to your
town?
uncle.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's blueprints to a weaving machine? Like a loom?
What the fuck?
Leslie sits up and says, I'm not a fan of this mystery anymore.
Well, you give up too easily.
I didn't say I
Like
gave
it's-
up. I said I'm no longer a fan.
I hope the answer was not throw a little girl in the machine. so that it's more well oiled. Actually,
Is
I
there
wouldn't
like
say that.
a-
That's way too dark for a Yang.
Is there a drawing of the loom?
Well,
With my nat
Or is it more
20
so
on
just
it,
like-
is it clearly the
from what you can tell, because you got a nat 20, it matches what you saw today at Virgil's.
does it look like with Carl's knowledge of the correspondence, does it point to Virgil being one of the one of the letter writers?
From what, perhaps, yes. It seems like it could be him for sure.
Okay, so
And
it's not
from-
like a rival organization taking his schematics, right?
Correct.
Can I look at it to see if I can match his handwriting? Or did we already figure out that it was him?
No, they don't know. They just suspected Sam, I think. I'm just looking at
Gorgon,
not
have you
trained.
seen their equipment in person? And what did you make of it?
It's good equipment.
So, from what you can understand, he did show you that they have one
Remember the loom he took you
weaving machine.
into the back to show you.
Right. And it seems like these enhancements are further than than the machine that he had. It seems more advanced than what he had.
Right. And he
but-
said it was faster than people sewing on their own, right? So he's been
Correct.
using fucking magic to make a loom that is better than a regular loom. What a lunatic.
Well,
Why would you do this?
Now,
More
What
like
a
a
lunatic.
lunatic.
hold
Ah!
on.
Just
hold on,
gonna
hold on.
stab you. By
The
pencil.
the schematics or descriptions don't include any magic at all. It is simply better engineering.
But they definitely allude to magic in this correspondence. You know, this
Wait,
does
do they allude to any
parallel-
magic in the correspondence?
Yes,
That's what
but
Benzel said.
it might not be
Nope.
directly connected to the machines.
No?
You said it. There was
Nope,
there
there-
was talk of magic.
The book is magical, but the
Oh,
letters...
you know what? You're right. I did. There was
Yeah, but he said-
descriptions of magic.
Yeah.
Now the magic, it was more like because you're
Was
not.
it like magical writing?
No. Just let me explain.
Sorry.
They were talking about magic items. It was more like almost like an inventory of different things. It mentions a scroll, a magic dagger, and most recently, it mentions a book.
well,
This book that you have.
I must say that it does seem that those with the most power do conspire to use magic, which sort of related to my surprise at all of your reaction at seeing my potion earlier. It's really common that, well, only the common folk fear and do not use magic. It seems to me that powerful people almost always do.
Gorgon says, hold on, though. There's still a lot of unanswered questions. Why frame Sir Gamry? Why do these dirt farmers have it in their possession?
Ooh. Well, obviously Sir Gamry is a stooge, or a fall guy, sorry. Why do the farmers have it? how long had it been
Uh,
hidden